Carl Richard is next. Please make him feel welcome. Give it up for Carl Richard! All right, let's talk about some shit. So, my girlfriend wants to have a kid, just not with me. It's quite an awkward situation. Nah, with me. It's not that I don't want to have a kid. It's just, how do you know what you want out of life? Like, one day I want to have a child. Next day I want to travel the world. How do you combine those things? So I Googled it, and now I'm on a watch list for child trafficking. Google. I suppose, right, I should consider myself lucky because I'm in a loving, honest relationship. You know, we have little pet names for each other, but they're honest pet names. So I'm overwhelmed. She's insecure. Here comes our kid, little permanent damage. There you go. The real problem is, I just can't imagine having sex for the sole purpose of making a baby. Because, like, sex between human beings is disgusting, as opposed to sex between animals, which is mwah. Je ne sais quoi, you know. But, do you know what I mean, though? Like, sex between humans is... and like a baby is like, oh, it's a baby, it's the most beautiful... But to get that, you got to go... So it's sort of like the filthiest shit we do produces the most innocent thing we have. And that blows my mind. I sort of think when we're making this baby, we got to ask ourselves some questions, or else things can get a bit confusing in the bedroom. Like, when we're making this baby, do we still do the choking thing? Like, make a baby, make a fucking baby. Like, make a baby. Just in case anyone's concerned, the person in that sketch being choked and spanked is me. Don't kink shame me, yeah? Don't yuck my yum. I did that bit of material in Godalming the other week. And this woman approached me after the show, and she was telling me about how she's a mum, really dedicated to her kids, and that was one part of her life. But another part of her life is that she's really into, like, BDSM. And she felt, like, kind of conflicted about that. And I said, it's fine to have kids and be into BDSM, just don't get the toys confused. Awkward show and tell, isn't it? You know what I mean? My mum's quite an interesting woman, right? She's a born-again Christian. She loves Jesus, but she's also what my friends in secondary school used to refer to as a MILF. And that was quite a difficult thing to deal with, right, as like a teenage boy growing up. I remember one parent-teacher evening, I was just walking through the school hall, and my mate shouted, MILF in the house! My mum just went... Like, Mum, you're supposed to be a woman of Jesus. She's like, yeah, and Jesus made all this. Because I forgot to mention that my mum's a sassy black woman. I don't know if you got that bit. I had quite an interesting upbringing, really. So my mum, born-again Christian. My dad's a pot-smoking funk musician. Right, he's a bass player. My mum, hardcore Christian. So if I got like ill or sick or something, she'd speak in tongues over me, sort of like, yo, and my dad would just be in the corner with his bass guitar, like, yo, diggity baggity diggity baggity. Like, my mum's over here, like, I feel the Lord, and my dad's over here, like, I feel the funk, and I'm in the middle going, I feel confused. Because my mum's Jackie Brown, my dad's James Brown, and I'm white. What the fuck's going on with this family, man? My dad is a musician. Music's very important to me. I'm a big hip-hop fan. Any hip-hop fans in? A couple, yeah. Growing up, my favourite rapper was Eminem, because I hadn't listened to any adult music yet, innit? So he was my favourite rapper because I thought I could relate, right? I'd be in my bedroom kind of rapping along, like, yeah, my mum's a bitch too, you know? My poor mum, man, she put up some shit. I'd just be like spitting Eminem lyrics all day. Be like, Mom, I love you, but I cannot grow old in Salem's Lot. Carl, you live in Windsor. Success is my only option. Failure's not. Oh, well, then you better start revising. It's funny, innit, how my mum goes from a big black woman to a middle-class white lady, just depending on the joke, innit? It's funny. That's funny old world. I'm starting to feel old. Give me a cheer if you're older than 30. Give me a cheer if you're younger than 30. Cunts. Yeah, there we go there. Oh, man. I felt old the other day because I had the booster. Give me a cheer if you had the booster. Yeah, that felt dangerously quiet, didn't it? Nah, I've had 3 doses. Last time I said that was Amsterdam. I remember being 21 in a rave, sweating my tits off. Now I'm 31 in a gym trying to burn these tits off. You know what I mean? It's a very different life. How do you get these tits? I shouldn't have looked at you when I said that. That was awkward. Sorry. That was a bit. Now, you get them as a man by being in a relationship, right? Because we're like a foodie couple. Our relationship is essentially, I love you, you love me. Now let's get fat so we can't run away from each other. She's a curvy girl, right? But she looks good curvy. You know, she's like, you're a voluptuous woman. Like naked, I look like someone's got a black cat and sort of rubbed it on raw chicken. You know what I mean? It's a thin line between gross and funny, and I think we found it. I like being in a relationship though. You get to go out and do stuff. We went down to Brighton the other weekend. We went to a gay bar because, you know, when in Rome, you know what I mean? I learned something in that gay bar, right? I learned that straight men, such as myself, were extremely arrogant. Because I just assumed that if I go to a gay bar, every gay man's going to think I'm hot. Apparently that's not the case. I thought someone was going to try and chat me up. For once, nothing. I was completely ignored. No one batted an eyelid. Do you know what it reminded me of? Being in a gay bar reminded me of being in a straight bar. It's exactly the same. No one gives a shit if I'm there either. I thought I was going to be like God's gift to the gay community, and turns out they already have God's gift, and her name is Gaga. Just think about the music in a gay bar. Very gay. I went to a sex shop whilst down in Brighton, right? And I felt really uncomfortable. I've been in them before, but this time I felt really uncomfortable, and I couldn't work out why. It's because I was wearing a raincoat. Perviest of all the coats, isn't it? Because a raincoat has got connotations of being a flasher. But can you imagine a less effective place to get your knob out than a Brighton sex shop? There's only one thing anyone's going to say to you, you get your knob out in a Brighton sex shop. Excuse me, do you work here? There's a lot of knob jokes in my acts. Maybe I'm gay, I don't know. I got a couple of knob anecdotes. You want to hear them? Yeah! So I used to work in a care home for young adults with severe special needs. It's funny. It's a good ending. Bear with me. So I was working with this one young man, right, and he was eating a packet of crisps. He finishes that packet and he asks for another. So I give him another. He finishes that packet and he asks for another. I finishes that packet and he asks for another. And I say, whoa there, buddy, how about a bit of fruit? He then punched me in the jaw, right? I said, sorry, man, I didn't know you were Scottish, my bad. He goes off to his bedroom to chill, and about 30 minutes later goes by, and his mum turns up, right? His mum comes to visit him in the care home. So we go to his bedroom, we knock on his door, and he answers butt naked. Now, this guy has got a massive dick. So massive that his mum turned to me and went, isn't it such a waste? What do I say? What is my response to the boy's mother? It's a tragedy. We've lost the next Ron Jeremy. My bad. I said I was feeling old. I'm 31. I'll leave you with this. So, my 21st birthday, right, I was arrested for possession of drugs. They took my drugs, put me in a cell, but that wasn't enough for the Met, right? They thought I might be concealing more drugs elsewhere. So I'm in this cell. Happy birthday to me. The officer comes in, it's time for a strip search. Take off my top, they're happy. Pull down my jeans, they're happy. He's like, right, pull down your boxers. And he got down on one knee, and I had a little torch, which I thought was quite insulting. And then he said, shake 'em. He meant the boxers. I shook my dick in a police officer's face. And that was the highlight of my 21st birthday. Thank you very much, guys.
Go Richard, everybody!